I was feeling a lot of negative emotion. I had placed a firearm in my mouth. I was thinking about pulling the trigger. I had actually given the trigger a few squeezes, just kind of pulling it and then thinking about the situation, letting the pressure off. And I actually pulled the firearm out of my mouth, and I was pulling the same trigger pressure that I had been, and the gun went off. And so that was probably one of the main turning points to realize I was just literally maybe a half a pound of trigger pull away.
Yeah.
That was definitely the eye opener that it had taken to realize I'm not going to get these opportunities anymore. I'm not going to get this close to it again. It's going to end up taking my life. And so if I wanted to live, I had to speak up and kind of tackle all this head on and face everything head on. I don't know where I heard it, but I definitely heard the phrase, "I forgot about fear" a long time ago. And that was kind of the way that I had adapted to war, I would say. I had seen the consequences, and so I understood what could happen. And so that kind of took away a lot of the fear for it for me. And of course, that wasn't like that for everybody. But so when I came home, I wasn't feeling much besides all those negative feelings. Death is literally so close, especially when you're suicidal and you're feeling like that, where you almost feel you can feel the other side, and you're wondering if it feels easier and better than where you're at, because where I was the pits of hell and the darkest place I've ever been in my life. You almost, like you said, it feels warming and it feels welcoming, and it's not very far away.
When you talk about your year of just kind of acting out, let's be honest, right? I mean, they're cries for help, but you don't realize that they're cries for help. Who could you talk to? Who did you talk to?
For a while, I really didn't reach out to anybody. I had some close friends who I would get into all these, have all these fun times with. But I didn't really talk to anybody. I kind of spoke with my father about it a little bit, but it took quite a while for me to finally realize that if I didn't speak out, I was going to end up dead. And so once I was able to kind of come to terms with that, I had to just go into my family's home and kind of out myself and just let them know where I was and what had been kind of going on, and that I wouldn't be around much longer if I wasn't able to let them know that.
I mean, how did you get to that point? Because, dude, I need guys to just say the words out loud to somebody. Because guess what? I make phone calls every friggin' week to guys, and I say, "Hey, are you good?" And I say, "Yeah, man, I'm good." But guess what? Their actions are 160 miles an hour on a motorcycle, wasted. But they're saying to me, "No, dude, I'm good. You don't have to worry about me," right?
To get myself to that point where I could see it, it just took a really hard look at myself. I had to let my ego down and completely analyze myself and allow myself to be honest and just really say out loud what I was feeling. And it's so tough because when I was in that place, like I said, I was still trying to maintain who I was as a soldier. So I needed to remain, as they say, fit for duty. And so that's a big barrier that I feel prevents people from kind of speaking out to maybe what they're feeling. I don't think it's as much like that anymore with the modern military, but it definitely was then. You didn't really want to out yourself, but it was also a fear of, like, I didn't understand what I would be signing up for if I kind of let everybody know what I was feeling. And as people think, I thought it'd be tied up in a straitjacket and thrown into an insane asylum somewhere. I didn't really understand that once I was able to speak out like that, it took a lot of the power of the situation away from it. And that's kind of why I'm here today. Every time I'm able to tell the story and say the uncomfortable things, it takes a little more power away from the situation, and it makes things more breathable for me. I didn't realize how much I needed assistance from other people, where, like you said, with your friend, if you could have just gotten him here, you really could have probably changed his whole mindset about the whole situation. So to just really find out that I needed more than just myself. I've always kind of relied on myself and thought I could do it all on my own, when the truth of it is you really can't do it all on your own. And so once I was able to speak out, then people were able to help me. And I had a lot of friends and family reach out to maybe someone they knew who worked at a nonprofit or what have you that could help me get into some therapy. And so I was able to start doing therapy and stuff like that. And just slowly over time, not only take the power away from the situation, but make things a little more tolerable as well.
Would you say that your low spots are shorter and less powerful, or are they still equally powerful? Because dude, when we talk, you say, hey, listen, yeah, man, it was tough, but then I decided, hey, okay, I'm done now. I'm ready to get back to my life,
Right, yeah.
Pull your own bootstraps up, right?
Right, I would definitely say my lows are a lot less involved, a lot shorter nowadays. As I've said, I've kind of taken a lot of the power of this whole situation away. And so I'll still have rough days where maybe I feel like crying and have a lump in my throat all day, but I'm able to maybe reach out to yourself or a friend or my girlfriend and kind of explain what I'm going through. And 9 times out of 10, they're able to put things in perspective and let you realize that it's really not that big of an issue what you might be feeling at that time. Kind of talk you through things. Just being able to reach out, I think, is what really changes it. You can't try to go through it alone. Plus, when you're in your own mind, just kind of bouncing around all your thoughts, you're in an echo chamber, and so you really just have all your bad opinions and hear only those. You don't have to be alone with the struggle.